Hello and welcome to Leaders Insight. My name is Stephen Byrne and today we're talking with Brian Ruddle, who is the Managing Director of Impact Innovation Group, and today we're talking about implementing change. So Brian, welcome along.
Thank you very much.
You have an extensive history of helping businesses, government and other key organisations in implementing change and going through this sort of process. Before we get into the nitty gritty, is there a couple of these key projects you'd be happy to share with us?
Yeah, sure. Again, there have been a lot of really interesting ones. One that I can share with Unity Water, where we were doing some work with them on their innovation system. In particular, sort of how to sort of not only find ideas, but how to then assess those ideas and get outcomes. We also implemented Bright Idea, which is an innovation management system, software platform, and so that was a lot of fun, and that's all going really well, which is great. Another one looking at startup companies is Next Gen Plans. So that was a company we helped found. I was actually the interim CEO. We helped raise $2 million into that. We've done a couple of commercial deals now, and now we're doing a capital raising over in the US. So, you know, the extremes, if you like, of Unity being a large organisation, putting in an innovation system, which is one part of our business, and then the other part sort of working with startup companies, and particularly with this one, it came out of a university technology as well. So, yeah.
Perfect. So I guess if you were to reflect on this journey then, where do companies often go wrong?
Yeah, so sort of focusing on, if you like, innovation in general, this terrible term innovation keeps getting thrown around a lot. The thing that we see happening is that companies are gambling when it comes to innovation. So what they're doing is they've been convinced that there's no guaranteed outcome from innovation. You know, you just have to try your best and hopefully something will work and you'll find that disruptive technology or disruptive idea. And so what happens is that organisations are sort of throwing money at ad hoc sort of activities, hoping to hit the jackpot. So it's like going to the casino and sort of putting all your money on black sort of thing and hoping that you're going to win. So that's where we see a lot of organisations falling over, because what happens is they do the easy stuff, they find the ideas, but they can't implement because they just throw money at these ad hoc things rather than looking at what they're trying to do in terms of getting outcomes.
So given that is the case, what should a proper business process look like when it comes to their innovation process?
Yeah, sure. So the first thing that businesses should look at is, well, number one, why do they want to do innovation? So it's about differentiation and growth, and most organisations, particularly in leaders, you know, that's what they want. So if they tick that box, that's great. The second thing is to start looking at, well, what's the return on investment thereafter? Now, the reason that we get organisations to focus on that is because if you've got a return on investment, say you want about a 5 times return, you're going to design a system and a process to try to achieve that. If you just want to break even, then you'll design a system to achieve that. So knowing what sort of return on investment you want from innovation means that you can design the process to find the ideas, to assess the ideas, to engage with staff and other stakeholders and things like that, to have the best chance of achieving that.
That makes very good sense, Brian. So, I mean, what would be, I guess as a natural follow-on, your top 3 tips for a business that I guess is looking to implement or just looking to do things differently, or they might not be too sure where to start? Yeah,
I think the big thing is to try to work out what the challenge is that an organisation is facing, both sort of now but also medium term. And that can be sort of like an external challenge or it could be a competitor that is coming into the market, or new technologies that are coming in. Identify what those key challenges are that are going to impact on your profitability. And then once you identify those challenges, then start to work out, well, what's the best way of finding ideas, assessing ideas, and coming up and implementing those ideas to overcome those challenges. And so if you take a challenge-based approach, you can actually focus the whole thing in rather than doing the scattergun, which a lot of organisations do, of sort of say, go out to staff and say, hey, give us your great ideas. That generally never works. You're lucky sometimes, but yeah, longer term it doesn't work.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So I guess
Sorry, I gave you one there rather than 3, but hey.
That's okay. I think you've covered 12, so,
a few
12,
here, so
12
yeah,
so far.
yeah.
So in conclusion then, if you're sort of talking to any of the members or any other companies associated with Leaders, what would be the sort of final message that you would like to leave?
Yeah, look, the key thing is to understand that when you're investing into innovation, you're investing money into it like you would investing into marketing or anything else that you do with your business. And so the focus is on that return on investment. So don't just treat it as, oh, we're just going to throw money in and see how we go. Treat it like an investment, do the planning to give it the best shot of actually achieving something.
Perfect. Well, Brian, it's been terrific talking to you. Thank you for coming in here today, and thank you for watching this Leaders Insight.